Hello, hello. This is a Shakti Rising meditation, which translated to English means the power of you rising up through the chakra system. Chakras are wheels or vortices of energy where you have over 72,000 energetic channels in your body. And our ancient yogis, what a blessing to not have TV or Instagram or all those distractions, to be able to, I'm going to just figure out how this powerful system within me aligns with this great, powerful universe outside of me. And there is this map that we can follow to open up and raise the Shakti, raise the prana, raise the chi, raise the energy in such a way that is going to help create expanded conscious awareness and also heal the human body energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally. So you've got all these layers of embodiment. And so each of the chakras, and that is a way to say it. I always like hearing when a teacher says chakra, like chalk instead of chakra. So a CH in Sanskrit is pronounced chak. So I'm going to invite you to stand up. And before we meditate, we will, and actually, I'll be honest, this is more like a visualization than a meditation. So bring your feet together. Bend your knees, place your hands on your knees, and look down at your feet. Yeah. So in the chakra system, we could work with different models. Today, we will work with the 7 chakra model, the 5 chakra model that goes from earth to space, which is root to throat chakra, is older in some teachings. And then we added in 6 and 7. But before we sit and go through them, I invite you to find your feet. So as you start to circle out your knees and your ankles, feel the bones in your feet. And try to enliven the feet, and you'll also feel the leg muscles starting to work, and then switch your direction. And add in a breath, consistent breath flow. And go one more time, first direction. And second direction. And try to make the motion come more from the feet to the ankles, to the knees, up to the hips. And then as you stand up, take your feet outer hip width apart. And then we'll rock and roll the hips back and forward. So you're moving fore and aft on your feet. And try to let now the pelvis do the work. And don't push too far forward. And from here now, we'll go, so you're swish swash to side, and we'll start incorporating not just the root chakra, but the second chakra, which is around your sacrum, the sacral plexus, and you can start to circle it out in this way. So this will be just a little warm up before we sit, which is nice to do. In former times, the physical yoga practice was used to prepare the body for the more contemplative practice. Now I'll take some soft fists and gently wrap your thumb inside your fingers. And then we'll look for some points. One's going to be on your lower back, and the other one will be up on your opposite soft part of your pectoralis. And then we'll inhale and then strike the opposite. So you want to give a little push, and then as you do that, add in a little sway. And now breathe. Let out a deep sigh. And now circle out your shoulders. And that has two directions. So find the other one that you didn't pick. And then we'll go ear towards shoulder. You've got two, so you can go either direction. It doesn't matter. And then other way. And first side. And second side. And now remain with that ear to your shoulder, but turn your chin down to the shoulder and then follow your collarbone. Other side, and then the ear. And then turn the chin to the shoulder and then down to the collarbone. Oh, that feels good. And now just roll across the front of the collarbone. Beautiful. Back to center, circle out the shoulders. And now we'll take big fore and aft, and then switch that up. All right, let's have a seat. And comfort is super important. So if you need to sit in a chair, as we will be here for a while, sit in a chair. If you need to support the underside of your outer legs with two blocks or some pillows so that you don't feel any strain in your hips, you've got to take care of yourself. So this is a first chakra invitation. Can you allow your body to be comfortable in reality? And then take your thumb, curl it in, set it down. And periodically, you may want to open your eyes when I offer a new hand gesture, a mudra. Or if you want to let the mudras go, if they're too confusing, well, that's your choice. So don't do it. Do it if you want, don't if you want. All right. So the first chakra, Muladhara chakra. And just let your inhalation tip your pubic bone gently towards the floor, towards your heels, and then let the exhalation gently draw your tailbone down and under. So it's a very subtle rock. And you'll just looking for that sweet spot that's between the pubic bone and the tailbone, the perineal floor. And you can envision the color red if you're a visual person. Think of words like safety, belonging, embodiment. And we'll add in a sound. And the sound is lum. It sounds like L-U-M, but it's spelled L-A-M. So lum, 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 lum. And just keep with the mantra and just use it to get grounded in your body. Stay with the sound that you make, and you may start to feel some, if you're attuned to the energy flow. So right at the base of your tailbone, between the pubic bone and the tailbone, allow yourself to be here now. And if you prefer an English mantra, you can take I am. I am. I am. And give yourself permission to be in your body, to ground down into the bones of who you are, the muscles of who you are, the earth body that you are. And as you stick with whatever mantra you chose, just give yourself even more permission to show up and be here now. You might still be gently rocking, and it may have taken on a more rhythmic, instinctual pattern. And so that's your first chakra. It's about trusting, listening to the body, having the permission, safety, encouragement, support to inhabit who you are. Now, as you start to quiet and let the mantra go, let the motion go, just sit in that earthy stillness. So the earth is very slow. Giving the I am awareness time to settle and find stability. If at any time through this visualization meditation you need to move, change your posture, this is the first chakra birthright. Take care of your body. All right. Now, softly open your palms. And we'll take your right palm to your lower belly and let the left palm just open out. And start to feel your breath right in your below the navel, between the navel and the pubic bone. And if you'd like a little motion of the watery second chakra, you could take some circles if you'd like, or some gentle sway like seaweed in the ocean. So second chakra is about motion. It's about feeling your senses. It's about pleasure and joy. It's your sensuality, how you relate. So once we start to feel the safety of the first chakra, the grounding in our body, we can start to move up and enjoy life. And this element is water. It's associated with taste. And the mantra is Vam, Vam. V-A-M, vam, 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 vam. And as you stick with the mantra, just feel the energy moving more fluidly. Permission to really find what moves you and to go with it. And the English mantra could be, I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel. So I feel my emotions. I feel my joy. I feel my sorrow. I feel without judgment because I am safe to feel. Open up to feeling and receiving in that way. Feel your breath. Feel the stability of the root below. So both the second and first chakra have an energy that moves down, down, water to the earth. Yourself enjoy whatever's happening without questioning. Just literally become more fluid with it. And simply abide in the sensation of your breath. Now we'll gently draw the palms together right at the base of the ribs. Interlace your fingers, allowing your index finger to point straight out. And the base of your palms can rest up right where that solar plexus is. So third chakra, Manipura. It is that resource of inner fire. It's how you digest your food or digest life. It is yellow and expansive. It's the first chakra that rises, the energy rises. So if second and first chakra roots you down, this one starts to give you permission to elevate and to burn impurities. So we'll take a little forceful exhale where you take a nice slow inhale through your nose and then a short burst of an exhale. So you're going to start to feel this energy center become more empowered through the fluidity of your breath. And you can line up each exhalation with the bija mantra, rum, rum. So rum in your own mind's eye. And if you don't want to do the breath, you can stick with the mantra out loud. This is all about you knowing what's best for you and making it happen. What do you want? Rum, 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 rum. So this chakra is about acknowledging you have desire, you have wants, you actually have a personality, you have preferences. And we learn to keep these preferences, maybe called ego, in balance. Not quite yet. It needs permission to want, permission to do what is going to uplift you and expand you and create vibrancy in your life. Health. To take action. So if you need an English translation, I act or I want. Rum, 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 rum. And as you take a nice big inhalation, let the breath go wide through the ribs, like you're wide through your elbows. Just breathe into all of you. Give yourself permission to desire the fullness of being you. It's this chakra that empowers you to seek more in life. As you let the mudra, mantra, and that chakra just be, you can let the hands go nice and wide. Ah. And where our human family is learning to grow and to elevate literally from a chakra perspective, we're learning to take the will and the ego and the desire and the, I am, this is me, individuation of self and move it up into the heart. So you can take the base of the palms together, the pinky fingers can touch, but the rest of the fingers can go nice and softly wide. And this is the lotus flower mudra for the fourth chakra. And the beauty of this chakra, the air is the element. So your lungs reside actually more in your back, the back of your chest than they do the front. So see if you can allow all the air you breathe into your lungs to move and expand. That's the gift of the fourth chakra. It's learning how to expand this beautiful heart space that you have. Learning to relate to others, to allow the fire in the belly and the sensation in the sacral plexus and the rooted, grounded energy to all rise up. And this is where the chakras begin to converge. And the rainbow bridge can expand in love. Now give yourself permission now. You can use the bija mantra, yum, Y-A-M, yum, like yummy. Yum, 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 yum. And the name of the fourth chakra is Anahata, which means unstruck, which means like you are so expansive that the infinite, the one, the singular source of all that is, has the capacity to hold you, and you are not marred, you're not struck by the actions of others, you remain open to love. And so the English mantra might be to love. If you like that one better, you can interchange yum and love. Get creative. That's one of the most beautiful gifts that dancing with the chakras allows. And always aware that in the tantric yogi practice, we can move any of the other elements or chakra attributes wherever we want. We can telescope them. So if your heart feels like it's too wide open, give it some earth. If it feels stuck, let either the air continue to try to create expansion and breath, or maybe it needs some water. So to love who you are is to become capable of expanding love to self, love to others. Yum, 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 yum. And begin to let the mantra go. Let the breath get quiet. And see if you can breathe from the root to the second chakra, up through the third, and illuminate the heart energy. And then we'll softly enclose the hands, interlace your fingers. Yet again, extend the pointer fingers, but this time point them up towards your throat. As we take on fifth chakra, Vishuddha. This energy center, if you swallow, try to find that space between the back of your tongue and the back of your neck or your throat. If you need to, Ujjayi Pranayama here, you can move the mudra up just a little bit in front of your mouth so that when you exhale through an open mouth, you can feel the breath and hear the breath, like a ha. And when you get almost to the end of the exhalation with an open mouth, you can close the lips and remain in that audible exhalation. And then you can let this space inside the throat, that it'll actually narrow up the throat just enough that you can contain the energy and create sound with breath, like an ocean. And when we open the throat chakra, we activate hum, 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 hum. And your vocal cords literally get to be used. So they've been being used all along, and it's by design. One of the most narrow channels, hardest to open chakras in the human system is the throat chakra. Hum, 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 hum. I speak, I speak, I speak, I speak, I speak. And what a gift it is to learn how to bring the empowerment of the third chakra up through the heart so that you have the space to speak your truth. And if you need a little head throat movement, just try not to move from the head, but move the head from the throat. Create some space in here. I speak. Hum, hum, hum. Let out a nice big exhale, let the mantra go, let the mudra go, and we'll take now the seventh chakra mudra, which is a big wide open. So it's more like the forearms come together, the base of the wrist, and all the hands open wide. And the Sarasvaha, the seventh chakra. I skipped the six entirely. Isn't that interesting? I love it. Well, let's see what happens. Close your palms, rub the palms together. I love that. Sometimes it's helpful to notice when you do things and not to have judgment, but to go, what do I need to see here? As you cup your palms over your eyes. Your sixth chakra, ajna. The eyes relax. So Om, Om, Om is your mantra here. And you can lengthen that sound out. You can shorten it up. And this is about seeing clearly, intuition, guidance from spirit, being able to see the big picture, to use your imagination. So the sixth chakra comes in quite handy in a chakra meditation visualization, because anything you can imagine in the energetic realm absolutely is real. And so the English, I see. And just like all of the chakras, so you could take like blurred vision or the need to wear or increase your prescription. Sometimes maybe there's things we're afraid to see or don't want to look at. So each of the chakras also has, when it's out of balance in that way, things might present, and that's a way to listen to your body, to use your intuition to go into your perhaps third chakra. Why do I have indigestion? Or why do I have hip issues? So we can start to intuit and receive information that may not be readily available from the outside in. Now, as you release the Om or the I see and your mudra, let's just open the arms nice and wide. Let your hands rest. And just move into your body, behind your eyes, between your ears, down into the throat, down into the heart, wide through the fire of the belly, and into the current, the motion of your tender feeling, your belly, all the way down, and feel your feet on the earth, your legs on the ground. And then invite it to rise back up as you breathe from the root to the belly, to the ribs, to your chest, broadening through the collarbone, up through the throat. And let that energy elevate right back up behind your eyes, where you might see some colors. And we'll take whatever hand you want, it doesn't matter, and you'll gently tap the crown of your head. Just keep tapping the crown of your head, and you can take the mantra. I know I'm connected. Connected to my spiritual resource, the one that I dare to name, the one that I open to in my way. And it could be all the way back down to the earth. Mama Earth could be what you know. With each of these chakras has a paired energetic. So earth and sky, And once you feel like maybe this part of your being, your chakra system, has received some expanding energy, bring that big mudra where the hands come wide and the forearms touch. Ananta mudra. And the bija mantra here is a really good one. It's ing, E and G, but like sing, ing, 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 ing. I know what I know. I give myself permission to believe what is true for me, to relate to the unseen, unnameable in my way, and to call that vast energetic resource, the vast love of all that is, solar plexus to your belly, all the way down to your hips. And then you can liberate that current yet again if you so choose. And so that channel that holds all these energy vortices is called your sushumna. It's like your spine, but it's an energy channel that moves from the root to the crown. And you can now deepen your breath. And I'll give you one of my last little weirdo shamanic tantric practices. And you'll take your fingers together. And if you reach up above your crown a few inches, so now we've gone past 7 chakra model and we're looking for 8th chakra, and it just lives up here above. And if you're into it at all and you can start to feel some warmth up here, you can pull this chakra down and around you all the way to the earth. So you get to wear your own little Technicolor raincoat. And then we'll take one hand to the earth, one hand to the heart. So the purpose of enlivening and activating the chakra system is you can take it as a whole, like we did today. You can break it down into individual chakras and work on each of them in sequence, or you can change it up depending on what you feel is right. With that said, from a therapeutic standpoint, I will always take people and make sure that the root is intact, that they're in their bodies, because we live here. And the sole purpose of the yoga practice is not just to transform and transcend being in the body. We do want to know our connection to source energy and be able to rise up to that big expansion. But we also need to bring it into the here and now and live it. So may we walk this delicate, beautiful bridge with grace, and may it enliven us and support us. So bring that hand that's on the earth and bring it up to the heart, because that's another big therapeutic thing I often give to people is, can you bring a little more stability to your heart? A little more safety so that you can love more deeply, more freely. And we'll draw the hands to Anjali Mudra. And I think one of the most beautiful gifts that the yoga tradition has gifted mainstream world is we're learning to use our voice to trust the note that comes out, and that's your own. So you give it your deep breath, your exhale, big breath in. Om. Namaste. Well, that meditation always goes longer than planned, so thanks for sticking it out with me. I love you. If you have any questions, let me know.